Hey, my chosen for a reason, family. So I know we all done heard about self care. We all know about it. What about soul care though? What about taking care of your insides? Yeah, your outsides all beautiful. They looking good. Your hair done. Your nails done. Your outfit is on point, but your inside's just dead. You feeling so lost, confused, hopeless. You got all this brokenness and this just inside of you, feeling bitter, anger, disappointment, all of that. When I'm telling you, I didn't know that. I don't know. I just always thought that if you looking good on the outside, you will automatically look good. That you will automatically feel good on the inside. Absolutely wrong. No. You have to edify your spirit. You have to feed your spirit just like you feed your body. You know what I'm saying? You expect the foods that you give yourself to nourish your body. You have to nourish your spirit. You have to nourish your soul. And how do we do that? By paying attention to what we watch, paying attention to what we listen to, paying attention to what's being talked around us. A person can you ever notice how you've been around a person, all they have is just negative things to say like all the time, and then you wonder why you're negative? It's because of who you're around. You know how I sit up here and edify my soul and my spirit? You see, if y'all notice, I constantly got this earbud in my ear because if I'm not listening to a master class, I'm listening to a sermon. I'm listening to something that's just feeding me, spiritually feeding my insides. I read my Bible. I'm starting to journal more. I'm just starting to pour more into myself internally. The main thing I had started to do was to turn away from how I had always been, which was I've been around dysfunction and chaos my whole life, and it does not have a place here anymore. All I want is peace and quiet. I want to get along with people, even if I'm not the one who is causing the confusion. I'll throw that white flag up just so that there can be peace. And if there's still not going to be any type of peace, then I'm just going to remove myself, because there's nothing wrong with protecting you. There's nothing wrong with making sure that just nothing wrong with making sure that you're okay. People act like it's selfish of you if you choose to protect your peace, your mental, your emotional. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Like I said, like my coach always says, what that heart do. Let's start taking care of the inside. Let's start normalizing healing. Let's start normalizing the things that we used to act like wasn't a big deal, or we used to sweep them underneath the rug, didn't want to deal with them. No, let's start acknowledging. Let's start paying attention to that. Let's start holding ourselves accountable. Let's start taking ownership of where we're at in life while we're going through the things that we're going through in life. Let's start taking care of once you start taking care of your insides, then it's going to automatically reflect on the outside. It's going to automatically come through your skin, your smile, your mannerisms, how you show up. Your eyes going to be light and bright. It's just going to be light just radiating off of you. You know, so take care of that first and foremost. Your soul care is way more important. Soul care is part of your self-care, but we've been raised that in society, self-care, like I said, is taking care of the outer and not even making sure that we take care of the inner parts of us. But the inner parts of us is way more important than taking care of the outer parts of us. Let's make sure that our heart is good. Let's make sure that our mind is good. We have so many people walking around here. Their mental health is off. Nobody is pouring into them spiritually. Nobody is pouring into them, encouraging them, supporting them, uplifting them. And then we wonder why we have all these unhealthy people walking around here, but on the outside, they're acting like everything is okay. They're walking around with a mask on, and they're not okay. If you are one who you've been working on yourself, you've been working, internally, and you see how it has, what's the word that I'm looking for? I hate how I always trip over my words, but you see how it has affected you in a positive way, and you know that there's somebody else who's going through things. Pour into them like how you've poured into yourself, like how other people have poured into you. You know how they say hurt people hurt people? Well, we want to switch that. We want to change the narrative from hurt people, hurting people, to healed people, healing people. Love covers a multitude of sins. So let's start loving on people. Instead of judging people, let's start loving on them. Let's start checking on them. Let's start making sure that they're okay. You want to, come on now. Who doesn't want to look good on the outside? But I'm just saying, let's start making sure people's insides match the outsides. Let's start making sure that people they're well internally, in their heart, in their mind. Let's just start pouring into that more. Let's start normalizing that more. Let's start making that a number one priority. I love y'all.